I'm gonna start again. This time I'll be ready. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, everyone. If you're new here, my name's Mahala and today we're doing a furniture flip. Yeah, technically it's a furniture flip. It's an IKEA piece, but we're not doing an IKEA hack. We're just gonna flip it and make it look a little bit prettier. It's definitely seen better days, but it's still in really good condition. The white is a little discolored depending on which surface you look at. There's some marks on it. It's just looking a little worse for wear. Before I can get into the actual flip side of this project, I do need to give it a bit of a clean because it's been sitting upstairs in my dining room for a long time with lots of books in it and definitely has not been dusted. I don't know about you guys, but dusting is not one of my favorite things to do. So it has been neglected. There is a lot of dust. Let's give it a clean. To clean this piece, we're going to keep it simple, easy breezy, carefree. It's Maybelline with some Dawn dish soap and just some warm water. Make sure that this piece is super prepped and ready for a primer.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beauty.
While I was cleaning, I noticed that this little trim piece here has come away from the top a little bit. Whether it always did that or not, I don't know. It's an IKEA piece, it's hard to tell. But I did play around with tightening the screws and everything on the inside, and it didn't really seem to tighten it. So we're gonna hit it with a little bit of glue and also my nail gun just to give it like a smooth finished look. I think it's just gonna look a lot better. Time to pop on the primer, and we are going to be using this Bin Zinza primer. It's shellac based primer. It should make this pretty much invincible. It's what I'm hoping for anyway. Using a shellac based primer can be really helpful in getting the paint to adhere to the piece of furniture properly, and particularly with IKEA pieces it's really good to use a shellac based primer. That's what I got here.
World had more of your smile. What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper.
We have 3 coats of primer on this, and on the second coat I obviously had the genius idea to take out the shelf, which I wish I'd thought about for the first coat, but we live and learn. The next step is actually to apply a little bit of wallpaper. So on this side cut here, in this indent, I want to put this wallpaper. I just think it's going to look pretty. Basically that is my reasoning. I think it'll look pretty. So I need to measure and cut that out, then pop on a little bit of this wallpaper glue and then pop the wallpaper on. Just need to make sure that I get my measurements correct and then we're good to go. Not the piece. Oh no! Nearly put the wrong piece on. into painting, I want to add some trim pieces around the edges of the wallpaper. I think it's just going to finish it off a little bit better. The wallpaper is not 100% perfect to the edges. It's pretty close, but it's not 100% perfect. And I think it will just, you know, frame it really nicely. I was debating whether I keep the wood natural or with a stain, or if I paint it, and I have decided that I'm actually going to paint it, and I had a reason. I don't remember what it was. My thought process behind painting it, even though I do think that the natural wood would look really nice, especially with the color I'm going for, is that I didn't actually think about this before I nail gunned and glue reinforced the trim in place. So had I thought about this in advance, I probably would have changed out this trim piece for a wood piece, kept that natural, and then had the framing around here natural as well. And I think it would have kind of like really tied together. Didn't do that, so we're just going all in with the one color, which means I just need to glue this down and then paint. Let's get it gluing.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight.
When I decided to do this piece with the wallpaper on the sides, for me there was only one color that it could possibly be, and that is Fusion Mineral Paint's Sacred Sage. I've been wanting to use this color for a really long time. I know that I've used it mixed up with another color to make a slightly different green, but I don't think that on any of my projects I've used it just straight Sacred Sage, and it's such a beautiful color. I'm pretty excited to use it. So we're going to roll it on and then cut in on the edges with a brush, just so I get all of those corners and everything covered nice and evenly. Workout for the year done. I'm actually part way through my second coat, but I want to show you the difference that a second coat makes, because, and especially for this piece, I'm fairly certain that I will only need to do 2 coats. When you look at the first coat you think, oof, yeah, it's probably going to need at least 3, but the difference is amazing. You can see here that it's really patchy and white, and there's some of that, you know, IKEA white, or the primer technically, coming through. But we pop on this second coat and look at that, it's gone. If anything, I might need to do a couple of tiny touch-ups here and there, but that will be it. It's time to pop on a top coat, and I think I'm actually going to go with the Fusion top coat, which is a clear tough coat. It's a matte finish. I haven't used it for a while, but it is a wipe-on poly. Got a little stain sponge here. Normally I would use one of the Country Chic sponges. I think that they're quite good, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'm going to try this out. And then I've also got a foam brush just in case, especially around the wallpaper parts, so that there's no pooling or anything, because obviously we don't want that happening. So let's get this top coat on so that we can have this project finished and ready for some books. guys, the transformation of this bookcase is pretty epic. It's definitely got a lot of vintage vibes now, and it is so different from before when it was that stark white classic IKEA bookcase look. Now it's got all of those vintage vibes, and the wallpaper on the side is just stunning. I love how I was able to style this with some of the things that I picked up recently on my travels when I was antiquing. I do wish that I had more to style this with, and I wish that some of my books were more of like a neutral beigey sort of white tone rather than all of them being green or blue. But I think it looks really cute, and I think Newton likes it too. What do you think? Do you like my bookcase? No, you do. Stop trying to make out with me. This cat. If you liked this video, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, and don't forget to follow me over on Instagram as well. I'll see you guys next week with another video. Say goodbye to our friends. Bye. I'll see you guys next week. I love you too. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the snuggles. I've got so much cat hair on me as you're just like molting.